science lab, the professor and Alice were already hiding, but Wei didn't notice them in the excitement of her experiment. She took an extract from a strange flower and added it to her experiment. Then, she cut a piece of skin, split it into two, and applied the serum on it. When she looked at it, the skin had regenerated. The professor, watching all this, was stunned. He quickly sent Alice away and approached Wei, asking her what she was doing. Wei explained that the flower extract had made their experiment successful. Alice became jealous. She secretly took a disturbing photo of Wei, then confronted her angrily and dragged her out of the lab. Wei accidentally leaving her notebook behind. The professor, finding the notebook, was thrilled. Meanwhile, Alice sent the photo to Wei's cousin, Angie. At the same time, the professor was trying to translate Wei's father's diary into English. When Angie saw the photo, she became furious. In a rage, she broke many things in the room, hoping to intimidate Wei. When Wei returned and saw the mess, she was devastated. Suddenly, Angie attacked her from behind. Wei tried to defend herself, but Angie was trying to kill her. In desperation, Wei grabbed a pen and stabbed it into Angie's neck. The pen got stuck, and Angie died. But now terrified, she dragged Angie's body to the washroom. Wei began to think strangely. She removed the skin from Angie's face, injected her own serum into it, and applied the skin to her own face. The tissues fused together, and she now looked exactly like Angie. Angie's mother, who had been away, returned and mistook Wei for her daughter. She embraced and loved her like nothing had happened. Wei saw this as a new opportunity. She didn't return to being Wei. In the morning, she dressed in Angie's clothes and began enjoying her life. At the university, she met Angie's boyfriend. It was the first time a boy had come so close to her, and she felt thrilled. Wei began to enjoy Angie's life with her face, realizing how boring her own life as Wei had been. Angie had a loving boyfriend, a devoted mother, and close friends. One day, while on a date with Angie's boyfriend, something horrifying happened. Angie's skin started peeling off Wei's face. The boyfriend, terrified, ran away. In his panic, he didn't notice a slope behind him, fell, and died. Wei, now frightened, returned home and searched for her father's notebook. She believed it might contain the secret to making the serum permanent, but she couldn't find it, as the professor had taken it. All she had was a small amount of the serum, which she injected again to restore Angie's face. Meanwhile, the professor was searching for the flower that had made the experiment successful. He received a call from the translator who had been working on the diary. The translator warned him that the experiment was extremely dangerous and advised him to stop immediately. But the professor ignored him. Wei went back to the university to retrieve her father's notebook. When she couldn't find it, she called the professor. He admitted he had it but refused to give it back, saying he would publish the findings under his own name. Furious but helpless, Wei left quietly. Outside the university, she saw Eve and learned that Eve was also having an affair with the professor. Enraged, Wei, still disguised as Angie, invited Eve to her house. When Eve arrived, Wei attacked her. Eve tried to escape and hid in the garden, but Wei found her and killed her with a drill. Wei then removed Eve's face and applied it to herself. She styled her hair and dressed like Eve, copying her behavior to perfection. A neighbor's dog barked incessantly after witnessing something, leading the owner to call the police. When the police arrived, they found Eve in a towel and left without further questions. In the morning, Wei, now disguised as Eve, went to the university. Everyone adored her. Eve had been a popular student. Later, she went to the professor's house, planning to retrieve her father's notebook. The professor, unaware of her true identity, welcomed her in. While he went to get food, she searched the house, found the notebook and the newly made serum, and ran off. The professor, suspicious, checked the cabinet and found the serum missing. That night, Wei returned home in her true form. Alice visited her, worried because both Angie and Eve had mysteriously disappeared. Wei hugged her in an attempt to comfort her. While getting water from the fridge, Alice discovered the frozen body parts of Angie and Eve, horrified. Before anyone could hear, Wei killed her. Just then, the doorbell rang. The professor, finding the door open, entered and saw Wei sitting strangely. She congratulated him on their experiment's success. He was pleased, but when she claimed it was her father's experiment, he brushed it off. He then went to the fridge to retrieve the serum, but he found the cut body's part. He gasped in shock, but Wei acted quickly. She stabbed him with a sedative injection, making him unconscious. When he awoke, he found that his skin had been removed. Wei then applied her serum and laid a piece of skin on him, which began to grow on it. Wei had placed a straw in the professor's mouth. As the skin began to spread, it also grew over the straw, suffocating the professor until he died. The professor's scream was heard by a neighbor, who called the police again. Wei, now frightened, ran away from the house. The police saw her and gave chase. While running, she came across a homeless man. She begged for his help, and he hid her under his cloak. Unfortunately, the remaining serum in her possession spilled and broke. As it leaked, it fused Wei's and the homeless man's bodies together, turning them into a horrifying monster. Just then, she saw Angie's mother arriving, still looking for her daughter. Unable to say anything, the story ends with Wei and her monster